up guys, today we'll be making an adorable Ruffle summertime deco mesh wreath. What you will need, I have an 18-inch wreath ring, this adorable sign for the center, I have several colors of deco mesh, Chanel stems, scissors or a rotary cutter, and a hot glue gun. Alright, let's get started. So the first thing I've done is cut my mesh into 8-inch long pieces. And sometimes I attach the stems to my wreath ring first and then attach the mesh, and sometimes I make the bundles first and then attach them that way. So this time I'm actually going to be making my bundles first, and then after I make all of my bundles I will attach them to the wreath ring. So to make my bundles, I'm going to lay the mesh out and I'm going to overlap them halfway. Just like that. I think I'm going to go with 5 pieces. I can always change it up later if I want to have some bundles with 6 pieces, some bundles with 4, whatever you prefer. The more mesh you have, the larger your bundle is going to be, and therefore the larger your wreath is going to be. Alright, so just scrunch, 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 just like that. I cut my stems into thirds. So I'm going to just twist, twist, twist it a couple of times. Just like that. And I kind of flare it out a little bit. And I'm going to flare it out more when I actually add it to my wreath ring. Okay, so I'm going to make another bundle. And what I like to do is kind of alternate the color order, just because I feel like that makes it more fun and colorful. If you choose to go with the same color order each time, you can definitely do that. Great thing about it is you can do whatever you prefer and make it your own. So I'm just going to scrunch once again. Take my stem and twist it a couple of times. Continue making bundles, and then like I said, after I make all of my bundles, then we'll start adding them to our wreath. I will link in the description box down below videos showing you how to attach your stems to the wreath ring first and then add your mesh that way. Whatever option works best for you, you can definitely go with that. So you can see each bundle looks a little bit different just because the colors are layered differently. So I prefer to do it this way just because it makes for a more fun and colorful wreath, and you can get a chance to see every color that's involved. But again, if you want to stick with a certain color pattern, you can do that as well. Alright, let's get the rest of these bundles made and we'll start adding it to our wreath. Okay, so I have my bundles made here. And now we're going to start placing the bundles on our wreath. The amount of bundles you use and the amount of mesh you need, again, that's completely up to you. It just depends on how poofy you want your wreath to be. So, also there are several methods of attaching your bundles. I will link videos in the description box showing you the different ways you can attach your bundles. Okay, so for this wreath, I'm just going to go with start with the center ring and twist my bundle and then tuck away the mesh. And you don't have to worry too much about the mesh right now. The more bundles you get placed, the easier it'll be to kind of adjust and maneuver the bundles. So I think I'm going to go with center, inner, and alternate that way. As I'm placing the bundles, if I decide I want to place a bundle on the outer ring, I can definitely do that as well. That's a good thing about it. You can adjust and change it up as you see fit. I'm trying to place bundles with different colors right beside each other. I wouldn't want 3 or 4 greens in a row down here, or I wouldn't want all the lavender in a row up here. Things like that. Again, that's just personal preference. If you want a certain color scheme and color order, if you want it to look like layered or anything like that, then definitely go for it. This is your chance to just be creative, have fun with it, and make it your own. So to start off, I'm going with 3 bundles in each of my 8 sections. I can definitely add more, but from what I've placed so far, it looks like that's going to make a pretty decent sized wreath. So I think I'll go with that. 5 pieces of mesh in each bundle and 3 bundles in each of my 8 sections. Alright, so I have all of the bundles in place. It looks so cute and precious. What I'm going to do now is kind of go around and separate the mesh to kind of flare it out a little bit and to cover my stems, which I always use a stem color that coincides with my color scheme just in case they are visible. It won't be that big of a deal, but I mean, it's personal preference. Alright, so I'm just separating all of my layers. Again, this just flares and fluffs up the wreath a little bit more. I did go with 5 pieces of mesh in each bundle and 3 bundles in each of my 8 sections. Now we're going to add our adorable sign to the center. Now you could leave the wreath like this. I do that a lot. It looks so cute, precious, and poofy by itself. But I'm going to add an adorable sign to the center. Okay, so I'm just going to flip my sign over. And I'm going to take 2 stems, twist them together to form 1 long stem for the top and 1 for the bottom. And I want to make sure I have some of my stem hanging off the side of my sign so that I can attach it to my wreath. And I'm just going to hot glue it in place. So I'm going to kind of push out my mesh a little bit so that the sign doesn't cover too much of it. Snugly place my sign in the center. And then I'm going to push the mesh aside to find the actual wreath ring and then attach my stem to the wreath ring a couple of times just to make sure it's nice and secure. And then replace your mesh to hide the stem. And I'm going to repeat this step for all 4 stems. I'm just adjusting my mesh one final time, fluffing it up, adjusting my sign, making sure I don't have any gaps or spaces. It looks so cute and fluffy already. Again, add in any additional embellishments you'd like. Just have fun with it and make it your own. But it's so cute, simple, and easy to make.